It's been said that heads are in the sand before they're in the noose. Hi, Alex McFarland here. Welcome to Truth for a New Generation. You know, our calling as a ministry is to preach the gospel, defend the biblical worldview. But I care a lot about America because we have religious freedom and the ability to share truth. And, you know, very often when I speak at universities, I'll talk to kids. I'll say, what do you know about America? And they'll say, well, we know that we're a democracy. We're really not. We're a representative republic. And in fact, there was two basic political philosophies that were dominant in the early time of America, and they were sort of arm wrestling for which would become the predominant political structure. There was federalism, which is much more like the Democrat Party today, a big state, a centralized federal government, and less rights for individuals and states. But then there was republicanism, which was more like the smaller government and more rights for the states and more freedoms for the individual. By the way, you know, there's never really even been in history a true democracy because it would be like mob rule. Now, even the Greeks that really came up with the idea of a democracy were never really a democracy. Greece, the predominant leader that you might have heard of, Alexander the Great, from 336 to 323, he reigned. By age 30, he had the biggest dynasty in the world. Now, after the death of Alexander the Great, there were four major dynasties before Greece was really taken over. There was the Antigonid dynasty, the Seleucid dynasty, the Ptolemaic dynasty, and the Attilic dynasty. But it was never really a democracy. And people say, we are a democratic country. We're really not. We're a representative republic. We elect representatives to go to Washington and really to represent the views of their constituents within the bounds of the U.S. Constitution. Now, what's amazing is you had Jefferson and John Adams that were friends and colleagues. But when Jefferson won the presidency in 1800 over Adams, it was called the Revolution of 1800. Now, you know, the American Revolution was 1776. But the second revolution really was with the election of Jefferson, who very much wanted us to be a more agrarian society and a society not of big cities and a centralized government that was very intrusive, but a free America where the rights of states and the freedom of people was paramount. With Jefferson's election in 1800, the Republican form of government, I'm not talking about the Republican Party necessarily, but the Republican representative form of government was solidified. Now, what does that have to do with you and me today? Look, we are not to be a mob rule, unrestrained democracy. That's anarchy. It's never been in history, and I pray to God it won't be for us. We are to be a principled, constitutional, representative republic. And what are the principles that give us liberty, freedom, stability, prosperity? God, morality. Now, this little 4-minute American history lesson, here's the call to action. Let's know truth. Let's stand for truth. Let's know our history. Let's be used by God to preserve it so that we can be free and share Christ with others. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your interest in and support of Truth for a New Generation. Please share this and know that your stand for truth really does matter.
Have you ever wanted to raise your hand during a sermon? Well, here's your chance. Hi, Alex McFarland here from the nationally syndicated radio program Exploring the Word. For more than 10 years, my co-host Bert Harper and I have taught Scripture and answered hundreds of Bible questions. We've compiled a brand new book of the top 100 Bible questions from listeners of all ages, from questions about supposed Bible contradictions to apologetics facts that prove the truths of Scripture. This new book features practical content that will make the Bible come alive for you.
Can we really be sure that God exists?
Are there contradictions in the Bible?
I need a book that will help me understand the Bible better.
There's so much good content in this book.
100 Bible Questions and Answers, published by Broad Street Publishers and available online at your local bookstores and also through afastore.net.